Stop trying to create 100 sex stories. Try to create 100 success stories. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. They're always working towards it. If you want success as much as you want sex or love sex, imagine where you would be. If you want ordinary, don't risk everything. Risk everything if you want extraordinary. Just make sure that it's calculated. Women on the internet with 5 kids, 4 baby mothers, and they're claiming to be victims. But you've created victims. You are not successful to take care of those children, but you laid down and had sex, meaningless sex, with women who you did not want to have a future with. You did not see them as your wife. And now you put yourself in an unsuccessful position, and maybe, hopefully not, but the children may suffer. That's a failure. You can learn from this mistake, but if you're not in this position, don't go down that path. Focus on success. Put yourself in a position to be a man that can take care of his children. Focus on putting yourself in a position to one woman is enough, because if you have all these women in your life, I promise you, those are just distractions. They're going to distract you from your purpose if you have a purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you need to check yourself. We cannot be a victim if we're the perpetrator. You can't be a victim and perpetrator at the same time. If we didn't want the life of multiple kids with multiple women and the responsibility that comes with it, then we shouldn't have acted upon that outcome. You shouldn't have had unprotected, meaningless sex with these women. As my dad say, stop fucking. Go and get a job, get a career, read a book, educate yourself, increase your value. Because then you turn around and say you're a victim for having multiple kids, and then you play victim because you can only hold the value of $14, $15 an hour. America does not care about what you want. What do you deserve? What is your value? Wage slavery, huh? Some of you have no value. You're going to suffer as you shall, or you need to change your position. You need to acquire knowledge. You need to have a work ethic. You're still at home sitting around on your ass and you think you deserve something. No. It's harmful to the children no matter what social media portrays. But this is why men need to be focused on success. It's too many of us are out here having meaningless sex. We can't even control ourselves. 50% of the population wants to compare us to animals, while the other 50% don't want to be called an animal or a creature. You just want to be called human. Well, human beings have behaviors. You must control those behaviors. Put yourself in a position to be aligned with accountability and success. That's the only path. Men should be on their purpose. Women should be on their purpose. If you don't know what that purpose is, you can go create it, but it's consequences to doing some fairy tale bullshit. You need to choose the correct woman based on her character, not her assets. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. Think on it, sleep on it, nurture it, put work towards it. Live on that idea. Let your brain, muscles, nerves, every ounce in your body, whatever that idea is, let your life dwell on it. Manifest it, but put the work in and leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Sex is easy. You're done in 3 minutes. Some of you less. Take it from me, I had to stop wanting sex all the time. After reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I understood what sex transmutation is. Take all of that energy, all of those urges you have to go and have sex, and put it towards something. I had to exert that energy into my goals, into a life I wanted for my family. I was a gentleman that started to live as if he had a family, even though I didn't have a family. Preparation meets opportunity, you get lucky. So I built a habit before my wife and my children was in my life. I was already building habits. I had to get away from all distractions. I had to stop chasing meaningless sex. At the time, fortunately, I didn't have kids. I was not out here impregnating women. I started to hold myself accountable. Everything my dad taught me when I was being a rebellious asshole, I started to listen. I started to follow through. I started to hold myself to the standard of a grown-ass man, not a child, not a little boy who's still dependent on his mommy and daddy to wipe his ass. Started to wipe my own ass, per se. You cannot wait or will always feel like it's too late. You need to practice everything. You need to put yourself in a position to be better than your father. Even if it didn't work out between your father and your mother, or your mother passed away like me, or your father passed away. It's unfortunate, but you have to then go and be able to put yourself in a position to be a father, to be a leader, a provider. It's in your nature. I don't want to hear nothing about all this bullshit out here, not the soft guy era and men and women arguing with each other. And look, man, we have work to do. As a man, I don't blame women for nothing that I put myself in when it comes to women. I chose that woman. I laid down with that woman. As a man, if you come to me talking about baby mama drama, well, you had babies with these mothers. You had children with these women. You made them a mother. They made you a father. You both shall deal with it. Pros and cons to being a man and a woman when it comes to this particular situation. You have to deal with it. What are you going to do about it? Don't complain. Let's start putting in some work. Let's start trying to win the game, not complain. You don't need to chase a body count. You need to chase success. Growing up, when we heard body count, that was referred to as a serial killer. Now we're talking about sexual partners. Times have changed. The thing, the only thing that's constant and consistent in this world is change. You have to adapt. You have to change as well. You can't stay the same. This is 2024. This is not 1924, 1824, where your ancestors and your great-great-great-great-grandparents came from. You're living now, not in the past. Get over that shit. You have things to learn, knowledge to acquire, and you have to put the work in. Success, not sex. Sex has been the same way since the beginning of mankind. You know what always changes? Success. Travel that road. Align yourself parallel with that path. Don't go the crowded road. Don't go down that road. Go the least crowded way. It's more rewards over here. I go hard. I have friends that say they couldn't be in my presence anymore. But I also have friends that stuck with me. We feed off of each other. We say, hey man, let's hold yourself accountable. I want to hear nothing about that mindset of I can't. We're going to find a way to say I can. We're going to find a way to handle business. It's easy for you to go buy a pack of condoms and lay down with a woman, right? Okay, we need to make it easy like that when it comes to success. Let's put ourselves in a position to everything we touch, it's a gold mine. How are you going to do that? You're going to have to put the work in. Less sex, more success. For the friends that I've lost that said I was doing too much, I was working towards my future. They wasn't doing enough. Now they have no future. I'm not here to belittle them, but this is real talk. It's accountability, man. It's not always about what you want. It's what you need to do. Now the group of friends that I have is not a lot, but like I said, you can build a team with a lot of people. You can build an empire with the right amount of people, the right friends. That doesn't consist of numbers. It consists of efficiency. We help each other grow. We push each other. We bounce ideas off of each other. And we're always trying to gain knowledge. We're always trying to educate ourselves. This is success. Sex, fucking is all the same. You're going to do the same fucking 3-4 positions. You're going to come up with shit that's uncomfortable. Stop it. There are people who make things happen. There are people who watch things happen. And there are people that are wondering how things happen. Which one are you going to be? You have to decide. Nobody's going to decide for you. It's time to be a grown-ass man. To be successful, you need to make things happen. You need to become that individual. Consistently, I enjoy the process of finding a solution to my problems. I will not allow myself to become the problem that someone else has to find a solution to. No, I'm not a child. I'm a grown man. I handle business. I try to stay away from individuals who are always becoming problems that somebody else has to find a solution to. That's adolescent behavior with grown men. That's a form of failure. That's behaviors of people who do not want anything in life. I want success. But I guarantee you, those people who don't want success, they're always looking for sex. It's meaningless. It has no value. As men, we need our difficulties. It's necessary for success. And make no mistake, it's not just about money. We've achieved success once we've worked hard, we've worked well, and we've laughed throughout the process. Happiness is a choice. It's not something you can buy. You have to make a decision to be happy. Success is also a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Sex is even worse. 3 to 5 minutes and you're finished. You think you've conquered the world. Oh, how misguided are we? We cannot have this mindset, 3 to 5 minute satisfaction when it comes to our goals. I need 3 to 5 years of consistent work, progression, effort, educating myself and applying that knowledge. That's what smart people do, intelligent people. That's where we want to be. Success is years. Sex is minutes. I want to build something that can be beneficial for 50 to 100 years. Sex will be the same for years to come, the rest of mankind, until whatever causes us to be wiped off the face of the planet, which may not ever come. So sex is going to be the same. Success will always change. You have to adapt. Generational success is my goal. There is no substitute for victory. Success will make people hate you. It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. It would be wonderful to see success without jealousy and envy, but if you don't have haters, you don't have jealous people or envious people, you're probably not successful. It's just the yin and yang. I always say people can do the same thing that I'm doing. They're choosing not to. But they're choosing to judge me, but they don't want me to judge them. The hypocrisy of human nature. I don't give a fuck. Let's get to work. I'm not an envious person. I'm not jealous of anybody's success. I'm always inspired. And I'm here to inspire other people. But if I can't do that, that's okay. I'm going to continue to do what I do. Some people will complain about the government 1 minute and then complain about someone else's sex life the next minute. You're all over the place. All over social media. You see it every day. Sit your ass down and get your life in order. I understand not everybody will, but the majority of us can. Success has a simple formula. Do your best and people may like it. Please succeed because they think they can. 80% of success is showing up. What you've gained, you must maintain. The hardest thing about being successful is you have to continue to be a success.